This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and Forged Irish Stout. Delighted to be joined with Carl Frampton here at the spiritual home of UK boxing, York Hall. Looking forward to another sort of next gen show for Queensberry here.
Yeah, it's not a bad bill. York Hall's always good atmosphere. Fights tend to be good in here. I think a lot of it's to do with just how compact it is and the crowd's right on top of the ring and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm looking forward to a half decent show.
Is it good that we keep going back to York Hall? That it's not sort of where you see the big arenas like the O2, Wembley, Copper Box, arenas like that. That this is still the home, and so many people have fought here, and it's sort of iconic in a way.
I don't think it's definitely iconic. I just don't think it's feasible to do the big shows every week. So TNT are continuing to pump out shows. Some big ones. We had the big one in Manchester last week, and we do the small shows as well. So it's good to just keep boxing. The conveyor belt of boxing going, and gives these kids that don't get the chance to appear in the big shows a chance to fight and earn money.
Absolutely. We're a little bit, just before the broadcast, so we'll just rattle through a few topics. Obviously, last week, a couple big press conferences last week. I did catch up with you on the 23rd of December one, but one thing I didn't catch up with you was the Fury Usyk one. When that concluded, what are your whole thoughts on how that presser went, Fury's behaviour? Like, how do you how are you feeling after that press conference? Did it change much?
I don't think it changes much. Fury was... Fury's different than at each press conference. Sometimes he's the nicest guy in the world. Other times he gets the angry head on. He gets a little bit more aggressive. But Tyson, as we all know, is a complex character, and I don't think how he acted is going to really have an impact on how he fights in February. It doesn't really change things for me much, and. But to be honest, it probably just makes things a little bit more excited. People talking about Usyk getting under his skin and stuff. I think it'll be really difficult actually to get under Tyson's skin. Genuinely, I know Usyk is a cool customer, as cool as they come really. But Tyson's Tyson, and on every different day, on a different day, he may have been more calm.
Do you think he understands that he is in with the toughest test of his life, and he's got so much to prove after the Ngannou fight? Do you feel like he now knows that this is maybe this might be why he sort of had that aggressive approach, that he knows that this is the hardest fight of his career and with so much to prove? Yeah, probably. And look, he's been in with some good fighters. Obviously, Wilder and Klitschko are at the top of the list in terms of the quality of opponents he's faced. But Usyk poses a different, I suppose, issue and problems for him. He moves a lot more. He's smaller. He's faster than any of them guys. Very elusive. Just a completely different type of fighter. But Tyson, he'll have a game plan, him and Sugar Hill, to try and overcome that and anything that Usyk brings. And I'm just excited for a really good fight. Really good fight. I'm looking forward to it. I still have Tyson the favourite in the fight, even though I was disappointed with his performance against Big Francis. I'm sure he was himself, but I think that when he's on it, he's very, very hard to beat. Do you believe that it's Usyk's his hardest fight, or do you feel like maybe the Wilder fight of Klitschko was difficult at the time?
Well, I don't know. I think, Klitschko at the time was, away from home. That's clearly a really difficult fight. Wilder fights, we all know how hard Wilder punches, but he's just a different type of fighter, Usyk. So we'll see. We'll know if it's going to be his hardest fight after probably 3 or 4 rounds into the fight in February. But it's not an easy fight.
Absolutely. Just a last one from me. For someone like yourself, where you've fought all around in different areas, where we see the rise of boxing in Saudi Arabia, and we see the paydays that people are getting, especially. One thing that I've always wondered, and do you feel like it could be a fear for fighters where maybe fighters might hold out for Saudi paydays? We might not see fights happen. Do you think that's a worry with all this money that's coming in?
Look, I'm not sure. I don't know. I think that one of the good things that Saudi have done, we've got Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren speaking to each other and having fighters on the same bill. And I think they're putting on big fights as well out there. So maybe it'll force the promoters into paying the fighters a little bit more money to fight at home. But it could be an issue, but I see it as a positive at this stage anyway.
Absolutely, Carl. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the fights tonight, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks.